Hi, I'm Mel and I'm going to show you how to use a closed caboo. So a closed caboo is a type of stretchy hybrid, which means that unlike a stretchy wrap, the wrapping is already done for you, so there's not as much work to do. Some people prefer it because they find it's quicker than a stretchy wrap, and they're very handy. So they work from birth and they last a few months. Like anything that's stretchy, eventually your baby will feel a bit too heavy for it. The closed caboo is a really good one because it is fully adjustable. You can tighten the fabric through the rings. The way it works, we grab it, being able to read the words caboo, hold it, put it over your head, arm through, like that, and then give it a shake so that the cross is not around your neck. That will give you better support if you pull it down a little bit like that. And also having the cross around your neck can create a bit of pressure. So we want to leave just enough room for baby. So that would be quite a lot. So what I do is I tighten a little bit by pulling through the rings like that. So it's already quite nice and snug. The tighter you start, the easier it is, and also you don't have to pull the fabric too much so the rings can stay back. Give your rings a little shake towards the back and leave just about that amount of space. You can put your hands in prayer shape, that's roughly the width of your baby's body. You can go, yeah, I think that's enough room for my baby. So, I'm gonna grab a baby, go here, this one is about roughly a month old. Put baby on your shoulder, nice and high. And I'm just gonna grab the leg like this and like that. Sometimes babies cry a bit when we put them in slings. Don't panic. Just take it slow and then rock, and most of the time they calm down after a while. So positioning, this is what we want to have always. The bum lower than the knees. This is what we call the M-shaped positioning, so it looks a bit like an M, and this promotes healthy hip development. So the hip socket and hip joints sit naturally like this. It means that the spine remains neutral position, so like a C-shaped curve for a newborn. And in turns, the baby's head is well supported, so they can support their airways better. So that's what we want to have in terms of positioning, and that is for every sling. In terms of safety, I want baby to be here, close enough to kiss the top of the head, so the baby rests on the hard part of my chest. This is so we know the sling is tight enough and we can monitor baby. Airways should be always clear and visible. Hands towards the face, and I'm just going to spread. So I'm going to grab the pass that's inside, which is this one. And I like to flip the shoulder because that helps me keep the airways clear, but you can do what you want. Grab the rod that's on your arm and you go zoop, like that, spread from knee to knee. Watch out for hips, don't overspread your baby's hips, especially if your baby's very tiny. Again, grab the rod that's on my arm, spread it like that. So baby's well supported all the way to under the earlobe for a small baby. And if it's still loose, I'm going to pull a bit more. And basically you keep pulling until baby feels nice and snug. The feeling of snugness is something that takes a little bit of learning and practice. You'll get there. If your baby starts to slump, you feel your baby's not well supported, then pull a bit more. You can always retighten a little bit more. The caboo comes with an outer pass, and this is very important to use. A cross stretchy pass is not tight enough. The baby can't be well supported, and they can also wriggle out of it. So this pass is very important. You're going to grab the top part of it, bring it just under the earlobe, and here you start to create some tension. So make it quite snug. It has to be quite snug. You go to your back, and then you're going to double knot. Yeah. Always double knot because otherwise it will become loose. If you struggle knotting on your back, you could always do it on your front or on your side and then turn the pass around. Don't struggle. Keep this just under the earlobe. For babies without head control, this is enough to support them. When baby's asleep, you can even do that. Support the back of the head. This way we can keep the airways clear and 2 fingers between chin and chest for safety. So that's about it. It's nice and quick. The tails here usually end up being quite long, so to keep them out of the way, not them, bow, whatever, so that they're not dangling, they won't get caught. So that's it. Super simple. It's really handy to feed in, so I'm going to show you how to do that. When you feed, you don't need the outer part, so just take it off, put it away, or if you're out and about, just tie it around your waist. And you can feed in lots of different ways. If you are breastfeeding, you can loosen, lift the top ring, zoop, bit on each side, and we can do a feed in a koala position, so upright. So you can just keep loosening until you're roughly here, nose to nipple height, and you can latch baby. It's a nice and quick way to feed. Make sure the neck is still well supported, or you can use your forearm or your elbow. But what's nice is the other hand is free, so you can drink your coffee. So there you go. Make sure your nose is clear, head and spine are aligned. That's one way to feed. If you're bottle feeding, you can do exactly the same. So again, you loosen from the rings, and then make sure you've got enough space for the bottle, and you can feed like that. And again, you can use your elbow, your arm, your hand, whatever you prefer, so the head is well supported. Feed like that. If you prefer a cross cradle feed, so you don't need to loosen as much, so what we do is we just take baby out like we normally do. Pop baby out over your shoulder, then you hold baby on the side you want to feed on for breastfeeding, hand under the cross path, leg through, zoop, twist baby so that you've got some good positioning going on already. Just take your time, there's no need to rush, always slow it down. Spread the fabric from knee to top of the shoulders. If you need, you can retighten a little bit on each side, like this. And there you go, you can latch. Again, make sure the head and spine are aligned is very important. And you can see the nose. You can feed like that. Use your other side, use both. But again, gives you one hand for each squeeze. If you prefer bottle feeding in that position, all you need to do is exactly the same, but you can just sit baby up like this. And you can feed like that. Once you're done and you want to carry baby, you always go back into an upright position. Back onto your shoulder, leg through, that. Nice deep seat, bum lower than the knees. Make sure your cross isn't too high. Give it a little pull. And then again a spread. Knee to the neck. And then if you're still a bit loose, I retighten. And I bring my pocket pass over. Gather, double knot. Like this. And again, you're good to go. There you go. That's very simple. Most people get the hang of it, and the beauty of the Stretchy hybrid is that you can always pull to make it a bit tighter. Safety is very important in slings, so I'm going to go through safety with you. What we do is we follow the TICS guidelines. You can find this online. Make sure the sling is tight, so your baby should feel nice and close to you. Baby starts to slump, probably not tight enough. Retighten your outer pass. Retighten the pass that goes through the rings. In view at all times means you should always be able to see the airways, okay? So airways always clear and visible. You should always monitor baby in the sling. Good enough to kiss, that's the height I was talking to you about earlier. Make sure baby's right here so you can monitor them and the rest on the hard part of your chest. If your baby's too low down or starts to slump, it's probably not tight enough. Don't worry, retighten and you're good to go. Keep chin of chest, so we always have this little gap between baby's chin and chest, so we know the airways are clear. Again, you can use that to support the back of the head, but make sure nothing goes over the face. If it's tight enough and baby's well positioned, they can support the head quite nicely. And supported back means always carry upright, supported from knee to knee to under the earlobe, so that the baby's well supported. And that's it. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.